The Androscoggin River Valley, the people, the places, the events, the history, all that makes up the vibrant story of the towns of the Androscoggin River Valley from Lewiston, Auburn through Mexico, Rumford, and Bethel to New Hampshire.
Welcome to the February 2018 edition of Today River Valley. Today River Valley is the video news feature program for the towns of the Androscoggin Valley in western Maine. My name is Phil Blampede. I'm the host and producer of the program. Well, when cable television was first introduced about 40 years ago, it gave birth to a dream that there could possibly be small television stations in the cities and towns all over the United States on which local events and local people could appear. The federal government got behind this dream, and it led to the creation of a system of public access channels all over the country, including many here in western Maine. Unfortunately, after 40 years, the public access channels are facing some serious challenges. In this edition, we're going to be looking at this situation and at what the public access channel people are doing to be sure that they're able to stay on the air. All that after a few messages from local businesses.
Today River Valley is sponsored by the Sudbury Inn, lodging, fine dining, and a lively pub right on Main Street in Bethel, Maine.
This winter, you owe yourself a getaway to a charming village like Bethel, Maine, and a stay in an historic inn like the Sudbury Inn, right in the heart of the village of Bethel, where the table is set and waiting for you, and the bed is quilted and pillowed and beckoning you for a good night's sleep in the country air. Whether you've come for a vigorous few days at the area's world-renowned ski areas or a quiet weekend, the Sudbury Inn will welcome you back at the end of the day with fine dining in its main dining room or pub fare and live music in its popular Suds Pub downstairs. It may be located in a small village, but the Sudbury Inn strives to offer world-class cuisine. The menu changes with the seasons, yet always offers three popular classics: broiled seafood sampler, roasted duck, and beef tornadoes. And yes, the inn is affordable. Guests are surprised to find how reasonable room rates are, even though a generous kitchen-cooked full breakfast is included. Besides individual rooms, the inn also offers rustic, apartment-sized, pet-friendly suites for families or large groups. The walkable village lies just outside the doors of the inn, and ski areas are a short drive away. Make this winter a memorable one with a stay this season at the Sudbury Inn, which, as the magazine Bon Appetit put it, is a perfect way to end a day in Bethel.
Excuse me, sir, are you getting a little shaggy around the ears but can't find time for a haircut? Well, now you can. At Lisa's Barbershop at 178 Main Street in Mexico, owner Lisa Shardlow specializes in quick haircuts. No appointment is necessary and there's rarely a wait. At Lisa's, the motto is cut and go.
With President's Day coming up this month, consider the fact that some people have hair like George Washington and some people have hair like Abraham Lincoln. Some people hardly have any hair at all, like Dwight Eisenhower. Whichever one you resemble, you can get a presidential quality haircut this month here at Lisa's.
Lisa's open Tuesday through Friday 9 to 5, Saturday 9 to noon.
Okay, Donald, I'm ready when you are.
At the top of Falls Hill in Rumford, look for the newest repair place in town, E&B Auto and Bike Repair in the former Jake's Garage. With easy access off Route 2 on Prospect Avenue, E&B specializes in custom exhaust and engine rebuilds, in addition to all the other maintenance and repair and parts your car, truck, or motorcycle might need. Featuring Napa parts, E&B has batteries for everything from your car to your snowmobile. With friendly service and reasonable prices, E&B is offering an additional 10% off to any customer who mentions this ad. Remember, mention this ad. E&B Auto and Bike Repair open Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., but closed from noon to 1 for lunch. Year after year, residents of the River Valley have been able to count on Murphy's Accounting Services for tax preparation. In business for over 30 years, Murphy's is ready to help with your returns this season. William and Deborah invite you to call for an appointment or use our easy drop-off service at Crescent Avenue, just off Route 2 in Rumford. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 9, Saturday until 5. Sportoma is Western Maine's outdoor retail specialist. If you're skiing the Western Mountains this winter, Sportoma on Route 2, Mayville Road in Bethel should be your first stop for quality ski tuning, custom ski boot fitting, and all the equipment and accessories you'll need. And ask about our gift certificate special. Get 10% off by mentioning this ad. That's right, pay $9 and get a $10 gift certificate. Just mention this ad. Sportoma, open 7 days.
Hi, this is Glenn Gordon at Good Karma Cafe and Health Foods at 72 Congress Street in Rumford, Maine. And you're watching Today River Valley, the video news feature program of towns in the Androscoggin Valley in western Maine.
Okay.
I don't have a list.
You said it's all in your head. Today I praise you.
Yes, that's excellent. What else?
We can set their garages on fire.
What I'm saying, what other people have said in this room, is that if you guys...
I'm knocking.
Again? All right. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? It's a vote.
Over 40 years ago, the rapid growth of cable television looked as though it could bring television down to the community level. With all the channels on cable and the capacity to divide the service on a town-by-town basis, it looked as though local television channels could become as common as small-town newspapers. Starting with Federal Communication Commission decisions in the 1970s and then reinforced with federal laws passed in the 1980s and 90s, community television stations emerged throughout the country as federal and local governments required cable companies to make room for local public access television stations in their lineups. Maine itself wound up with 72 different stations. But with the emergence of competition like satellite television and the shift in public interest away from television and to the internet, local public access stations have struggled. Now, on top of that, the cable company is yanking the premium channel numbers away from the public access channels and exiling them to remote, high-number locations that didn't even used to exist. Can local public access television survive?
My name is Nora McCormick, and I'm the station manager for Sunday River TV, located in Newry, Maine. And we have been on Channel 7 on the Spectrum Time Warner Network for over 25 years, until very recently. We got moved from Channel 7 to Channel 1301, and the biggest issue with that is that Spectrum gave us zero notice whatsoever.
Yes, this is so prevalent in the country that it's actually been given a name, and it's called channel slamming, where they take a channel that's a local public education governmental channel and they slam it up into the higher numbers, essentially removing it from viewership, where it has been seen for 30 years. And they've done this in towns, specifically in Massachusetts, where their franchise agreement, that is the contract that the town has with the cable company, states that the local public access, educational access, or governmental access channel has to be on a certain number. They've disregarded that completely. It's too bad. We're going to move them anyway. So essentially in violation of the contract. But most towns do not have deep enough pockets to go after the cable operator in a court.
I'm Wayne Howe, station manager of Western Hills Access Television, located here in Bethel, Maine. The only notification I got was because I'm a Time Warner subscriber, and I got a paper in the mail explaining that the channels were changing. That's how I found out about it. Well, people were just getting used to us being on Channel 11, for one thing. They knew where we were. And now that we're on 1302, people have either emailed, they've asked me, said, where are you? Are you still on the air?
There are over a half-dozen local public television channels in western Maine in the Spectrum cable system that have been slammed and moved to the 1300s. Western Hills Access Television in Bethel was moved from Channel 11 to 1302. Western Valley Access Channel in Mexico, Maine was moved from Channel 7 to 1301. Norway Paris Community Television was moved from Channel 11 to Channel 1302. Great Falls Television in Auburn had not one but 3 of its channels slammed. Channel 7 is now 1301, Channel 11 is now 1302, and Channel 22 is now 1303. And Sunday River TV was moved from Channel 7 to 1301, although there is a difference. Sunday River TV is a commercial station, not a nonprofit, but it was handled by the cable company as a public access channel.
We're a commercial station, and we have been for over 25 years, but somehow in their notes they believe that we are, in fact, a PEG channel. So right now we're having to go through Spectrum's leased access department to now find out how much it's going to cost us to stay on air. Our branding is based around Channel 7. The community knows us as being on Channel 7. And guests, visitors coming up to the mountain, they know that we're Channel 7, and we have been for decades. And this change, it has the potential to be catastrophic to our local businesses, because now we're so buried in the 1300s that people visiting can't find us. They don't know that we're there. There is no signage on Spectrum saying that our channel has relocated. People that are changing the channels between CBS and NBC, we were placed right in between those two channels. So there was a lot of eyes on Channel 7. It was easy to find. And now that we're in the 1300s, nobody knows to go, oh, let me hit 4 buttons on my remote now. A lot of people don't even realize that their TV is capable of going to a 4-digit number. So for us to go from the single digits to 1301, it clashes with our branding. It clashes with what the community already knows and what visitors and the community alike can expect.
I'm Tom Handel. I'm the executive director of the Portland Media Center here in Portland, and we operate the public access channel for the city of Portland, as well as a regional station that was set up by local nonprofits to operate for nonprofits. This will definitely cause a fall off of viewership, because most of the people that tune in to the cable channel to watch our programs are older people who aren't used to dialing into something else. They're not used to it. Younger viewers might catch a lot of our programs on the internet, but in order for people to even discover us in the first place, even to know that we're there, it's really important to have us among the network affiliate channels at the lower end, because otherwise they won't even know that we exist. You know, and we don't have the capacity, like those other stations would, to have market and say, this is where we are, this is who we are. You know, so I hear Tony really loud and clear that this is a kind of discriminatory, because we don't, you know, we are a public station. We're not highly funded. We're not affiliated with a corporate money that can say, okay, this is where we are, this is what you have to do, and send out all that information to people. Of course, people are going to not only be harder to find watching us that already watch us, but we're not even going to be able to have people discover us as they do now.
And we're hoping that Spectrum is willing to work with us and cooperate with us and come to some type of agreement that can work for everybody here. Otherwise, it has the potential to be catastrophic to Sunday River TV and have negative impacts on the businesses that do advertise with us, and have negative impacts on the community as a whole.
The value of public access is the same value as democracy. People watch the station, they get the city council meetings, the planning board meetings, the school board meetings on there. They can participate in government. They can be an active citizen in this democracy. That doesn't seem to be so important to people who are in the business, who own businesses and want to make money on cable, but it's important to everybody. That's why the public access stations were created in the first place, was to give a voice to the people, which was supposed to be what a democracy was all about. So the relevance of the public access station is the relevance of democracy.
In our next segment, we'll look at why the cable company Spectrum and its parent company Charter Communications may be slamming the local access channels into the high numbers, and what they hope to accomplish by doing so. Everybody can cross-country ski. You don't need to be a great athlete. And in Western Maine, everybody knows the place to cross-country is Carter's Cross-Country Ski Centers in Bethel and Oxford, Maine. Don't have equipment? No problem. Carter's offers one of the best selections of quality cross-country ski equipment for sale or rent. At the Bethel Center, forested trails by the banks of the Androscoggin River offer a tranquil, natural feeling with steeper trails across the road for more experienced skiers. Make a weekend of it in the rustic off-the-grid cabins for rent at the Bethel site. The ski shops are open 9 to 5 every day during the winter with everything you need to get out skiing, plus clothing and apparel and cross-country ski repair and tuning services. The beautifully groomed trails are open in Bethel 7 days a week from 9 to 5, and in Oxford they're open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 10 to 5. Carter's. This winter, let's get you out on the trail and skiing. The Jolly Drayman Pub and the Briarley Inn, a gracious inn in Bethel, Maine, with an authentic British pub featuring classic pub fare.
This is Helena at the Jolly Drayman Briarley Inn. Stop by, come to see us. Looking forward to your visit.
After dinner, indulge yourself with a stay in one of the comfortable rooms upstairs in the Briarley Inn, featuring cuddly blankets, down feather pillows, soft linens, fluffy towels, and casual rustic decor. The Jolly Drayman, the authentic British pub in Bethel, Maine, located in the Briarley Inn. The place is called Northern Lights Hearth and Sports, and it's right on the main road at 639 Wilton Road, that's Route 2 in Farmington. Let's take a look at the sports part of Northern Lights Hearth and Sports, and this winter, it's a selection of gear to get you out and enjoying the snow, including a great selection of downhill and cross-country skis, snowshoes, and fat tire snow bikes by Salsa and Frames. Clothing, helmets, gloves, and hats and accessories, they've got them. Northern Lights open Monday through Saturday.
Bill never did like cell phones that much.
I never did like cell phones that much.
Bill even had nightmares about being chased by giant cell phones. But then one day he happened to stop into the wireless zone in Mexico, Maine, just to get out of the rain. Before he knew it, he was dazzled by the variety of phones, from Apple to Motorola to Samsung. He wanted to know more, but didn't want to sound dumb, asking silly questions.
Do you have any questions?
Well, I don't really want to sound silly.
Don't worry. There are no silly questions at the Verizon Wireless Zone in Mexico, Maine.
So it was, he found a phone and a service plan that left him saying something he never thought he'd say.
You know, I do like cell phones.
Remember, at the Verizon Wireless store in Mexico, we're always striving to be your cell phone provider of choice.
When's the last time you really had fun? If you've been to Stars and Strikes Bowling Center on Route 26 in South Paris, that was probably it. If you haven't been yet, you've got a treat coming. Stars and Strikes is the Candlepin Bowling Center of Western Maine, located just north of town on Route 26, with a full bar, a complete kitchen with everything from pizzas to burgers to chicken tenders, and a video game arcade for kids. Let us host your next party, whether it's a birthday or another special occasion, with 2 hours of bowling for up to 12 people, including pizza, soda, and even balloons for everybody. Open 7 days a week, 108 Park Street, South Paris, Maine. Check our Facebook page for specific hours. In our last segment, we looked at a possible danger to local public access television channels known as PEG channels, public, educational, and governmental. These are channels on cable television where local events and local people are broadcast. They're there because the federal government has given towns and cities the right to require the cable companies to make room for them and even help pay for them. But with competition in recent years from satellite services such as Dish or Direct, and plus especially the Internet, the viewership for cable television in general has decreased. The community access channels, seen only on cable, have struggled to attract an audience. Now they may be damaged even further by a new policy from the big cable companies, specifically Spectrum and its parent company Charter Communications in Maine. Spectrum and Charter Communications have yanked the long-standing low channel numbers from public access channels and relegated them to an obscure area in the 1300s. These new, hard-to-find channel locations are expected to reduce viewership even further and could even put an end to some of the 72 remaining public access channels in Maine.
I think it's going to be difficult for us to get people to realize that we are still on the air and to go to 1302.
For us to lose our presence on such a prominent and well-established channel, it's been devastating.
There are conflicting explanations as to why the big cable companies in Maine and elsewhere are trying to bury the public access channels in hard-to-find high numbers. Charter Communications declined a request for an interview with this program, but sent the following written statement as the only explanation.
PEG access channels are part of the franchise agreements with the communities we serve. Grouping channels together, in this case PEG, in the 1300s, is about providing consistency for customers and making it easier for viewers to find the programming they want. Our customers tell us that they like the consistency of channel grouping. It also reflects the reality of how people are finding and watching content. Consumers have many options for programming, and we're committed to making it easier for our customers to find and watch the content they want across multiple platforms.
Charter spokespeople will have recently come out and said that they are doing this project called digital encryption. And their reasoning is by encrypting all their channels, it prevents theft of service. And part of that process, they claim, is to move these local channels, the public, educational, and governmental channels, up into the 1300 band. We don't exactly understand how that has to do with digital encryption, but they consider it to be part of that process. And we can see there's monetary reasons why they would want to do that, which we'll get into. But the problem is a lot of folks who are used to watching those channels won't know where to find them now.
From what I've been able to gather, Spectrum is doing a nationwide restructuring of their channel placements. They're hoping to have all of the sports channels on one section, all of the cooking channels on another station, another section, and they're also hoping to lump all of the public access channels nationwide in the 1300s. At least that's the information that I've been able to gather from them. So it's unfortunately they haven't thought about the local impact that this will have on these smaller stations and these businesses in these communities.
I do kind of wonder why Spectrum would move us sort of out of the realm of the regular channels, because if I was trying to sell someone cable over Dish, I don't believe Dish has any local access channels capabilities, and we do. So why wouldn't they want people to know that if you become part of Spectrum and start viewing that, you get a public access channel for the local school events, meetings, concerts, whatever that you're not going to get on the competitor.
And you would think that this is one card that the cable companies could play that they have that satellite doesn't. They could say, look, you get your local meetings, your school, your public access, and you don't get that on satellite dishes. Most people don't know that when they go buy a dish, by the way. But they never use that card, and I used to wonder why, but now it's abundantly clear to me that it costs them money to support these public access channels in the form of franchise fees and capital grants. So they'd rather marginalize us and put us out of business, quite frankly, than support us.
The Community Television Association of Maine, which represents the 72 public access channels, is responding to the situation by appealing both to state and local governments in Maine. Former CTAM President Tony Vigue, a leader in the effort, explains.
What CTAM is doing in regards to this issue is to propose some legislation. California and Illinois already have legislation that prevents this from happening, this channel slamming, moving the channels arbitrarily up to a higher number so that the cable company can lease them to the highest bidder. And so we're looking at legislation that would prevent this. Charter has already started doing it in various places in the state. So we're not sure how successful we're going to be, but we're going to make an attempt at it for sure in the next session of the legislature. And I would urge any other town managers to also write a letter of protest to Charter if they feel that this is going to be a detriment to the folks in their community to be able to watch their municipal meetings or to have the public be involved in accessing the media.
At Dan's Automotive, you'll find reliable used cars priced from $3,000 up. You'll get more car for less money.
Here's a great example of what you'll find at Dan's Automotive. Warning, this will probably be sold by the time you see this ad, but if you get lucky, you may still have a chance at this 2002 GMC Sonoma SLS. Great for snow weather with four-wheel drive, automatic transmission, V6, low mileage, loaded with features. Only $5,995.
We bought our car at Dan's, and we're glad we did.
Dan's Automotive Repair and Sales, Crescent Avenue, Rumford.
Washing machines are offering more and more features each year. Well, you may not find anything quite like this yet at Larson's Electric Service in Mexico, but you'll find the latest in everything from washing machines to refrigerators to stoves. With the Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Maytag brands, Larson's offers free delivery and setup of your new appliance plus removal of your old appliance. Over 50 years experience, Larson's, 13 Main Street, Mexico, Maine.
When you have a function coming up and need an affordable place to hold it, call the Paper Plate at 55 Main Street, Route 2 in Mexico, Maine. Featured in Yankee Magazine, the Paper Plate is the cozy place for everything from corporate meetings to birthday parties, from bridal and baby showers to memorial gatherings and celebrations of life. Got an idea for a pop-up store? Try it out at the Paper Plate with its high-traffic visible location on Route 2. Completely handicapped accessible with off-street parking, the Paper Plate is the perfect rental for your business gathering, or social event. And did we mention affordable? Call for rates. You'll be amazed.
Hi, this is Rolly, owner of the Paper Plate. I'd like to invite you to rent our space with a touch of home. You'll really enjoy it.
The Paper Plate, 55 Main Street, Mexico, Maine. Yes, there is a health food store in Rumford, Maine. Good Karma Cafe and Health Foods.
Hi, we're Glenn and Sandy Gordon, owners of Good Karma Cafe and Health Foods at 72 Congress Street in Rumford, Maine. Check us out on Facebook, GoodKarmaHealthFoods.com, hashtag eat well, live well, hashtag be kind, do good, eat spinach.
You should see the reviews on Facebook.
Excellent food and superb service.
Taste the freshness.
Hi, Glenn here at Good Karma Cafe and Health Foods. We're celebrating our first year of business. We want to thank everybody so much for coming in and helping us to grow. We are your one-stop shop for health foods, healthy takeout, and good coffee.
Good Karma Cafe and Health Foods, open Monday through Saturday. Right here in Turner is New England's largest dealer of trailers for snowmobiles, ATVs, or cargo and equipment at Scott's Recreation. Come into our showroom for everything you need to get out on the trail this winter, from helmets to snowsuits to GoPro cameras, or visit our Manchester location on Route 202.
Hi, I'm Scott from Scott's Recreation. We're ready for winter. Are you?
Scott's Recreation, open Monday through Saturday. February holidays, Mountain Valley Variety has you covered. Make Groundhog Day something you'll want to do over and over again with our famous finger rolls or coleslaw. Celebrate Valentine's Day by opening a bottle of wine from our selection, and be sure warm hearts don't have to suffer with cold hands by sharing a pack of hot hands with your sweetie. And as everyone knows how much George Washington appreciated a good ale, why not celebrate President's Day with a visit to the largest beer cave in the area? If there's a beer or ale you want, it's here, or Mountain Valley will get it for you. And if you forget something, don't worry. Mountain Valley is open when you need them, 7 days a week, 4 a.m. to 11 p.m.
Come on down to Mountain Valley Variety and see us all.
By this time every winter, many stores are running out of important supplies like salt, shovels, even ice scrapers. Not Puya Lumber. At Puya Lumber, the policy is to make sure they keep a full stock all winter long of the supplies you need, from shovels to scoops to salt to wood pellets. The pellets are Maine Woods brand. That's their name and that's their description, because they're made right here in Maine. So if the snowplow runs over your scoop, or if your salt gets low, you know where to go. Puya Lumber, 369 River Road, Route 2 in Mexico, Maine. Free delivery on orders over $50. There is a remarkable one-of-a-kind store these days in Bryant Pond, Maine, selling one-of-a-kind items. Goddess Robes is a showroom of exquisite, custom-tailored and designed robes made of silks, satins, washable silks, brocades, and cottons. Goddess Robes are designed for formal occasions or personal relaxation, and make getting dressed for even the most elegant occasions a matter of only slipping an elegant robe over your shoulders. Created for the women who know who they are, what they want, and make no apology for either. Goddess Robes on Route 26 in Bryant Pond.
Today River Valley is sponsored by the Sudbury Inn, lodging, fine dining, and a lively pub right on Main Street in Bethel, Maine.
Well, that's it for the February 2018 edition of Today River Valley. If you tuned in late and missed part of this program, remember, you can always watch the whole thing at the website todayrivervalley.com. You can also find links to previous editions there as well. Stay warm, stay dry, and see you next month.